What's going on YouTube? It is Quinton back with another video of our recap series where I just showcase our revenue that we're doing at Urban Eden. I show the revenue, I show our ad spend, I'll show some of our campaigns from the week. I'll show our new customer revenue versus our returning customer revenue and just kind of break down the things behind the scenes. I am the CEO of Urban Eden and I'm running this business day to day. We are about roughly a $5 million company, have about 20 employees, with the majority of those being in the warehouse, fulfilling the orders, making our own product in-house. Like I said, we fulfill our own orders, we process our products and everything like that. So everything that we do is in-house. We ship out from our warehouse, mostly direct to consumer. We also sell on Amazon, just a very small percentage on Amazon. So yeah, this series is just me just showing behind the scenes of it. If this is your first time watching this video, go back and check some of the other videos to get a feel for it. Like the video, comment your questions, subscribe, drop your post. Turn on your post notifications so you know every time I drop a video. And we're going to get right into it. This video, we're going to be talking about Monday through Thursday. So I've actually I post now 2 times a week with the recap series, where I'm gonna do Monday through Thursday will be dropped on Friday on today, and then the weekend Friday through Sunday will be dropped on Monday. So without further ado, let's jump into the numbers. Alrighty, so let's talk about revenue. So what do we do from a revenue standpoint? So this is Shopify. This is our direct to consumer website. So I think this compares to our previous week. I can't even recall if this from the previous week. But anyways, what we're going to do is look at each day. So on Monday, we did 14.9. On Tuesday, we did 13.2. Wednesday, we did 13K. And then on Thursday, which was yesterday, we did, what is that? 15.6. So, and that totaled up to be 56.9. So when you look at that on a daily average, 56, what is that? That's about like what, a 14, that's like a 14K a day average. And then let's also throw in Amazon in there as well. So Amazon, let's do a custom. Let's do from that Monday to that Thursday, and we will see that that's another 1432. Amazon has been pretty weak lately. I'm going to have to talk to the agency that I've been working with, because our Amazon sales have been pretty crappy lately. But anyways, nonetheless, we're a direct-to-consumer company, and we really want all of our orders coming in on Shopify. Anyways, we really want Amazon to be like, Amazon is a viable channel, but at the same time, we want Amazon to bring us new customers and they come order on our website. So total for the week was really $58,356.94. That's what we did for the week. And if you divide that by 4, really is like a 14. It's a 14.5 average. So I mean, again, this is actually a what's funny is like the previous weeks that we had have been much stronger. I don't even want to say much stronger, because this week was still strong. Like I said, this is a sale month that we have right now. We're selling our body butter on a discount because it's actually going away from the season. Body butter isn't our primary bread and butter product. Our bar soaps are our main product. What people buy and what people know us for is our bar soaps. That's our best product, in my opinion. Body butter is one of our top complementary products. So, it's a product that we will miss it when it leaves, but at the same time, this is actually like our third year doing this type of strategy where we don't sell the butter during the warm season because it melts during transit. We are trying to work on that formula so that we can sell it all year round. But in the meantime, we let it go away and we actually leverage it. We get a lot of people who like to stock up on it in March, and then when it comes back in October, you know what I'm saying? When it comes back in October, we get a lot of pent up demand. So for those 6 months through the summer, we don't have it. And in any ways, like, you don't even want to use body butter through probably the summer anyways, because it's a thicker moisturizer. You want something that's lighter going through those summer months, especially in Georgia when it's real humid. You don't want a thick moisturizer just on your skin during that time because it's hot. You're sweaty, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, let's get to our ad spend and we'll talk about what we spent. And let's look at that. So I'm gonna pull up our Amazon ad spend. So we'll see what we spent on from an ad spend standpoint. It's slowly loading up. Hadn't been in here on a few days. So let's look at what we spent on Amazon. We spent $444.36 through those 4 days. And then we spent, on Google, we spent, let's see what we spent, 2.3K, 2.38K. And then on Facebook, let's go to it. Let's go to our ads manager. We're going to ads manager while it slowly loads up. I usually have this stuff already pulled up, but it's just slowly loading. So just want to give it a couple minutes and we'll get that pulled up. I'm anticipating that we probably spent through 4 days. I'm thinking it's going to be around like probably 10K, honestly. I'm thinking this is going to be about 10K. So let's see if I was right. Let's see if that spend is around 10K. I'm actually looking at this for the first time in a few days. So I'm looking at it at the same time you're looking at it, I'm looking at it too. This is real time that we're looking at this. So let's look at what we spent on Facebook, 17th through the 20th. Scroll over. Somebody mentioned that we should have a dashboard, and I probably should have a dashboard, but for now I don't have a dashboard. So it wasn't 17. It wasn't 10K. It was actually 7.6. So I was way off. Shows how much I know. 52. So that was ad spend there was for the week $10,499.88. So again, look at our ratios, guys. We spent $10,000 and we generated $58,000. So when you think about that, that's like almost a 6x return. It's probably really like, what is that? Probably like 5.5. Yeah, it's like a 5.5. So a 5.5 return on the money that we spent in terms of our advertising and marketing. I can't complain about that. I really cannot complain about getting that type of return. You know what I'm saying? And again, I always say the money that we spend on ads, specifically Facebook in particular, that really goes to first time customers. Yes, some of that money is involved in returning customers because we do run retargeting campaigns for our ads. We do also on Google. You might have some people who might see something, they might come. But I think, but not even I think, but for the most part, our ad spend contributes to new customer revenue. So with that being said, let's take a look at new customers and returning customers, and let's see what we actually did from that standpoint. So I'm about to pull up new customer, first time customer versus returning customer. And it's actually one of my favorite reports, guys. Like, I love to understand the breakdown because you need to understand who's coming in, who's returning. Like, you got to understand that. And I did my workshops. A lot of people they don't understand. They don't understand who is actually coming in. Like, people they're just operating their businesses. And I was like that at one point where I wasn't conscious of how many new customers I was getting and returning customers I was getting. So we got 490 new customers and through the week, and we got $19,488. So that $10,000, and not all of it totally, but a lot of that ad spend contributes to this new customer revenue. So again, to me, it just shows that we have more money to spend on new customers. We have more room to press the gas, and our returning customer revenue was 37.3K, and we had 700 returning customers through the week. And again, as I've always said, our weekly, like let's just say Monday through Thursday, it's slower. Our busy time is like Friday and Saturday. So like really like that Monday through Wednesday, it's not super busy and heavy for us. Those are lighter periods of our week. And again, you got to understand the flow of your revenue. And Monday, Tuesday, honestly, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are slower days for us. Things do start to heat up as we get to the middle of the week, but Friday and Saturday are our busiest days of the week, particularly Saturday because of the retail store. It gives us a little bit of a boost, but even without the retail store, it's still our busiest day of the week. So that was new customer. So last thing, let's look at just the different email campaigns. And I need to log in actually. Let's look at the email campaigns and also like the different promotions. that we have done for the week. Um, we don't have like any particular side promotions that are going on. Like I said, we're doing our body butter sale right now because it's going away. Um, so yeah, that's what we're doing. Put this code in so I can pull up what we actually did, and we're going to be looking at Klaviyo. And Klaviyo is what we use for our email and SMS. We pay, I'll just be transparent, we pay about $6,000 a month for it. Hey, Ishmael, did you give Lo the card? Did you give Lo the card? Yeah, she's right there. Catch her right there. She's in that car leaving. Catch her. Sorry about that, guys. I had to interrupt real quick to let him know that. I had to let him know that really quickly. Um, but let's get into Klaviyo and let's look at what we did for the week. So we're gonna pull up Klaviyo and look at the emails from the week from the 17th to the 20th. See, we got some stuff scheduled out. All right, so let's look. This was actually a very, very light week. Very, very light week.
Thank you.
Very, very light week. Very, very light week. So on the 17th, which was Monday, we did a 50% off on our body butter minis, which is just like another variation of our body butter. It's just like some mini type of sampler joints. I actually pull up the campaign so you can see it. Let me pull it up so you can see. So all it was just our it's like samples of our body butter basically. 50% off of these things. And I'll give you some insight on this. Like we bought this packaging and we have a ton of this packaging and we really need to kind of get rid of it, honestly. We have too much of it. We overbought on it. It's one of those lessons that I'll do a video about just lessons that I've learned. And one of those things is you got to understand your inventory and you got to understand like buying inventory. You don't want to buy too much. You don't want to buy too little, but we overbought on this inventory. And what that does is that ties up cash. Cash that we could have been spending on new customers. Like we could have been putting more money into new customers, but we overspent on inventory. And that's some of the repercussions that can happen when you overspend. And we just talked about our body oils here and still 30% off on the butters. So yeah, that was the email from Monday, actually. And you'll see that we got a 57% open rate, which is a great open rate. 63,000 people open that email list. Open that up. So that means that we sent this to like 110,000 people. I'm still very impressed with that. We got $8,000 off of a Monday email, which is incredible. It seems like we didn't do anything on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we did another email where we just did a handcrafted plain text email where we just said one of our favorite questions we often receive is, do you guys really make everything yourself? And the answer is yes. Now, to be completely transparent, as the company has grown, so as a team, and what was once just Quinton and I making every single product, we now have an amazing team that works just as hard to bring you the same products we love. So yeah, so basically we're just showing an email about, we sent a plain text email. I highly recommend guys to send plain text emails. Plain text emails work. And all we did was we just talked about how Taryn and I no longer make the products. In the beginning, me and her made everything. We did everything. We made products. We fulfilled the orders. We did everything. Now we're blessed to be able to grow as a business and hire people. And we have a team of people who do all of those things. So yeah, that's all we did. We sent that on Wednesday and we got a 59% open rate. We sent it to our most highly engaged people that day. 59% open rate. So that means 11,000 people open. So that means we probably sent that to about 20,000 people. And we got 72 people to purchase from that email. And that was what we sent on Wednesday. Other than that, we didn't send anything on Tuesday or Thursday. So if you think about it, guys, we didn't send anything on Tuesday or Thursday at all. So like we kept it very light this week. We kept it very, very light. And actually, now that I think about it, now I understand why this past week wasn't as strong. But again, it's like it literally is okay. Like it's okay to take a break from your email just a little bit. Because the thing is like we've been pounding our email heavy this month because it's a sale. but it's okay to like have quiet days. Again, we have our automatic emails that still go out. Doesn't mean that we're not emailing. But in terms of our campaigns, we didn't send anything on Tuesday or Thursday, and it's okay. That all that does is just allow us to send more the next month because it's almost think about your emails almost like bullets. You can if you can save a bullet, like save it. Like all it does is just going to it'll be something that you'll use on another day. Just like this month, we had a free shipping sale like we had in February that we were going to do, and we didn't do it because we were hitting our numbers. We're hitting our projections and our numbers this month, so that means that we don't have to do a free shipping sale. So we're going to put that in our back pocket again. So that's the thing. It's just like if you're hitting your numbers and you are on track, you don't need to continue to try to press it. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to live to see another day. It's kind of like when I'm trading. I do trading also. I do options trading. And when you hit your goal for the day, just get out of there and just chill. Like same thing with us, even in business. If you hit your goals for the day and for the month, you don't need to keep pressing you because you want to live to see another day. This is about sustainability. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Like, yeah, we could probably have days where we do $30,000. You know what I'm saying? $40,000 in a day. There's a time and season for that. When you're in parts of the year like this, and especially going into the summer, you want consistency. And also, because we have investors, I have privy to talk to people who have, sold their businesses for hundreds of millions of dollars. I've talked to investment bankers. Some investment bankers are on my cap table. And one thing that they told me is that they like to see consistency of revenue in a company. They don't like to see spikes. So remember that, guys, when you're watching this, you don't want to have a lot of spiky revenue. They don't like to see that. That shows like inconsistency. That shows unstableness. You want consistency. You want smooth. That's what they want to see. It's very predictable. So that's what you want. And you know, that's what this month has been about. So last thing I'll show you is just kind of like where we are for the month right now. So I'll show you through 20 days, and it'll kind of give you an outlook of where we probably will finish the month at. So through 20 days of the month, which is a good barometer to kind of look at. So through 20 days, we're at $315,000 in revenue. So if you take 315,000 and you divide that by 20, we're still at a 15.7K run rate, which I think when I did this before, we were at a 16K, which I understand that sometimes your run rate is going to lower a little bit as you get through the months because we're actually in the middle of the month. The middle of the month is actually it's kind of like a lull for us. It gets a little like our month, honestly, sometimes it's like a U. Like we start off super strong, and then it kind of just levels out. And then towards the end, you'll see a spikiness. So you'll see how our revenue will shoot up at the end because people are trying to take advantage of the deal that we have. So you'll get a lot of last chance people. So that last weekend, you'll see heavy revenue. You'll probably see a 30K, you'll probably see a 30 to 40K day on the last day of the month. I promise you probably will see that. And I don't want to promise that that's going to happen and it doesn't happen. But my prediction is that you see a 30 to 40K day towards the end of this month. So our run rate this month shows that we're probably will finish at like 488. I remember I said something about 500K. I think it's more realistic that we're going to finish around the 480 mark, 470, 480 mark. That'll be an incredible month for us, and that'll be very highly, highly profitable. We'll put a lot of cash from the bottom line to build up our cash accounts. So yeah, guys. So that was our week of Urban Eden, the 17th through the 20th. The next video that you will see on Monday will be our weekend recap. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please drop them down in the comments, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.